Hi, welcome fellow Satanist warriors to the War on Christmas. The War on Christmas is something that I don't feel like we hear about a lot anymore. The conversation has shifted a lot more towards a broader cancel culture, and then whenever Christmas time runs around, they just throw the fucking Christmas version out like, oh, they're canceling Christmas. They think Santa Claus is problematic. Multiple people have come out and accused Santa Claus of toxic workplace environments. But back in the day, I feel like the War on Christmas was such a hard-hitting topic. Like, even in its phrasing, like, it's meant to scare everyone. Little kids, old people, anyone who's even remotely politically uninvolved. But since we don't hear so much about it anymore, I'd really like to bring it back. I will personally wage war on Christmas myself. But since I'm filming my Christmas video so early in advance this year, there's not a lot of Christmas stuff to talk about yet. So I figure we go to the next best thing, Christian content. And by Christian content, I mean Christian Walker. See what I did there? You don't even understand what's happening in this little head. Christian Walker is one of my least favorite conservatives on the planet. For a litany of reasons, but mainly just because he's fucking annoying.
I can care about the working class while still buying Fendi!
He reeks of pure cynicism, and by that I mean he's in the whole conservative grift just for the money. And I don't know what's worse, someone like him or someone like Caitlin Bennett who genuinely seems to want to defend conservative ideology. At least Ben Shapiro can kind of hide how cynical and how money motivated he really is. Meanwhile, Christian Walker runs around wearing a $1,300 jacket and complaining about gas prices. I never look at gas prices. Fuck am I gonna do? Not buy gas? But don't get me wrong, all career conservatives are horrible by default, but it's the way that Christian Walker forces his way into conservatism despite almost everything about him being something that your average conservative would reject.
What are my pronouns? List them if not listed. Oh, okay, I don't see mine listed. Build the wall.
People like this are way more delusional than like the 2016 era SJW blue-haired feminists that radicalized like half of the internet. Like, how are you gonna be like, my pronouns are build the wall? Like, man, shut up.
If there's anything else you need us to know, please text it in the text box below. I love freedom, and conservative men are hotter than liberal men. Ooh! I love freedom and fun.
Conservative men are not attractive. I don't know what fucking conservative men you've looked at. I also love, like, filling out forms. Motherfucker, you do not have a real job. You make racist Instagram videos. Are you kidding? This is a great example of how rich conservatives, while grifting directly in front of you, will also pretend to be working class. His video at the gas pump is another great example of this.
Y'all said Joe Biden was gonna be the great unifier? This is divisive to my bank account and my hard-earned money. Screw your unity. You think this is unifying? Just keeps going up. Oh, just keep going up. Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden for you families struggling to afford to get to work. That's unifying. That's bringing the nation together. Screw this. Disgusting. Oh, just keep going. Keep going. Democrats voted for this. Democrats voted for... What the... Wait, what? I know this is a joke. But I was voting for the guy who was gonna destroy America. You were paying $30 for gas under my guy.
Yeah, it's almost like the last guy mishandled COVID so severely that we had to all stay in our homes for like a year and no one was driving anywhere. It's almost like people don't need gas when they're forcibly quarantined because hundreds of thousands of people are dead. Suddenly, when that's less of a problem, things are more expensive now. Also, it's December, dude. Gas is always more expensive during the holidays. And by the fucking size of that car, it doesn't exactly look fuel efficient. I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and not have a car that uses a bunch of gas? Exercise your individual liberties and just, you know, buy $10 in gas at a time. That's what you would tell a normal person to do.
If you wanna piss me off, give me a dirty look because I don't walk around outside like this. We're outside! Get some air! And then the people who do wear this outside look at me like this. And I look right back. Are you kidding me? You're gonna pull this crap outside too? Yeah, never. Get out of my face. I breathe, and I'm not ashamed of it.
I don't know what this weird filter that he puts over his face is, but I love when conservatives are openly insecure with themselves. Like, oh, I know you want to look attractive, but your personality's just, Ironically, I almost agree with Christian here if he wasn't being a huge piss baby.
We're outside! Get
Do I wear a mask when I walk my dog outside? Not really. If someone else comes up, maybe I'll put it on, but COVID doesn't really spread that commonly outside. Plus, if you're vaccinated, which I'm sure Christian is, it's a lot less of a problem.
I'm non-binary, it's a real gender. Put your mask on. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. My body, my choice, but you go get the vaccine. If we don't stop climate change in 15 seconds, the world's gonna end. Stop being racist.
His Halloween costume was the scariest thing of all, blue-haired liberal, which is hilarious because he couldn't find examples of people acting the way he wanted them to, so he just did it himself, which is something that conservative creators will do all the time. I also love that all the things he's saying as this character don't, contradict. He's saying, put your mask on, Black Lives Matter, non-binary is a real gender, my body, my choice, and get vaccinated. Based. I missed this one? Christian Walker did an anti-porn video! I didn't even know about this.
Dear men, maybe we wouldn't have so many man-hating feminists if you stopped watching porn in your mom's basement, went out and got a job, and took people out on dates instead of DMing people at 11:30 p.m. Hey, you up? You up? You want a spouse to love you and serve you and you can't even type out a full sentence? Hey, WYD, I'm waiting on Prince Charming.
What? Yeah, people who watch porn don't have jobs. Very common statistic. And the problem with being up late at night DMing people you up is that you're not writing a whole sentence. That's the problem with that. And also he's like, you want a partner to love and serve you? No! This sounds like a very personal story for Christian Walker. He sounds like he's ranting about a very specific person in his life. So I don't want to get too mean about it.
Oh, and another tidbit for you? The porn stars you watch every day don't know who you are. The OnlyFans people, the OnlyFans women you're DMing back and forth aren't messaging you back. Their employees are messaging you back. Maybe stop taking advice from blue-haired feminists with armpit hair the length of the trees in the Amazon rainforest and take advice from people you want to end up with. Because the blue-haired feminists are lying to you. Put together people don't want to split the bill with you, don't want a man who watches porn, and you're not wanted for your personality. Get a job, provide, and bring something to the freaking table.
Watching porn and being a provider are not mutually exclusive things. And trust me, there is a whole sect of feminist liberals that are anti-sex work and just as anti-porn as Christian.
Freaking feminist, but if you need Viagra to get it up for a 22-year-old Mr. Porn Watcher, maybe you have the issue. Stop blaming women. Hi.
If you have porn-induced erectile dysfunction, you don't need Viagra. You just need to take a break from porn and it will come back naturally. And needing Viagra isn't a bad thing anyway. Not everyone has the same sex drive, or some people are on antidepressants that keep them from being able to maintain an erection. Porn is destroying lives, relationships, and men. Go get a job, find a hobby, date, pursue, get in a relationship, stop messaging people at 10:40 on a Tuesday night, hey, WID, and make plans. What? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with spontaneously messaging someone and making a date? That's part of finding a relationship for some people, Christian. What if that relationship turns into a heteronormative fucking straight white marriage? That's your favorite thing on the planet.
Maybe men aren't trash, and maybe you feminists should shave your armpit hair. Ew, the feminists who grow the armpit hair out? Shave that! What is that under there, a squirrel?
Christian, you're gay. I don't expect you to find, women attractive, man. Christian gives the same vibes off as, a high school junior who's hanging out with all the mean girls. He's doing it to protect himself by making friends with people who would ultimately bully him at the end of the day, but it doesn't stop you from hating the things that he says. They're still horrible things. If you've ever tried to convince someone that you know that taxing the wealthy is a good thing, just show them this. Because I think I've never wanted anything more than for Christian Walker to have to live the life of a moderately wealthy person instead of an excessively wealthy one. I want him to know the pain of only 6 figures in his bank account instead of 7. I want to know how much that would hurt him, and I want to see it for my own eyes. And I want to know how much it would pain him for him to know that that money's going into healthcare or social security or something that helps poor people. I think he would have a heart attack.
I'm a little confused because day one of Pride Month, Starbucks started hanging the rainbow flag. It's July. Where are the American flags? Where are they? You know what? Fine. We'll talk to the manager at the drive-thru window. Oh, yes, we will. Because you were all about visibility and inclusion during Pride Month. Well, I feel included and visible under the American flag. Where's my flag?
This dude is literally a fucking Karen, man. Like, how are you gonna be like, we're gonna talk to the manager at the drive-thru window that there's not enough American flags in this Starbucks? I'm gonna fucking explode. But he's also gonna act like he's in defense of the working class while he's harassing working class people because they don't have an American flag up next to a pride flag. This was posted on July 2nd, by the way. He didn't even wait a full week after Pride Month to start shitting himself that the pride flag was still in the Starbucks window.
You listen to me and you listen to me clearly. It's our Independence Day. Put up the American flag. The American flag is for every single American. And I'm not liking how exclusive you are. Yeah, maybe not all of us, even if we like men, identify under that flag. I identify as an American.
Do you guys remember McJuggernuggets? If you don't, he was this YouTuber who way back in the day was doing dad smashes son's Xbox in the front yard kind of videos. Christian Walker has the, same mannerisms as McJuggernuggets.
I thought you were all about diversity, leftists. I thought you were all about inclusion. Well, the American flag is for everyone and that one's not. Where's the inclusion for everybody else?
Craigslist! I don't care. It was Craigslist! I don't care. I don't care. Dad, I don't care. Dad, what the fuck are you doing? Dad, I swear to God. If you do, what are you going to do? Seriously, what are you going to do? I'm going to call child services.
It just gives me the same exact vibes. Like, he's just trying so hard to sell his point that he's mad that there's no American flag next to the trans flag or the lesbian flag, which would look a little funny. Seeing, lesbian flag, bi flag, pan flag, trans flag, pride flag, American flag. It just wouldn't look right. It would look like America is a sexuality. Or it would look like the United Nations, except it's the United States and gay. But he's trying so hard to seem like he cares about this, but I don't believe him. I don't.
People keep taunting me because they know I'm against it. Ooh, Christian, are you ready for Pride Month? Yeah, I'm ready for it to be over with. Crap. I think it's a little weird that you have to march through the streets in a thong holding a rainbow flag in order to celebrate your rights. I think you're a little delusional. Yeah.
Christian, Stonewall was in 1969. That was not that long ago. The AIDS crisis lasted almost all of the 80s. My mom was alive then. Are you really trying to say that gay people have had rights for so long that it's pointless to celebrate them now? Gay marriage was legalized 6 years ago. You're really gonna pull the everything's been fine for so long that you don't need to celebrate your rights argument? Really? You're really gonna do that?
Sure do. I think it's a little weird that you want to fight stereotypes that you're promiscuous and can't hold down a relationship. And in order to do that, in order to fight the stereotypes, you have sex behind dumpsters and march through the streets naked in a pride parade. I don't think that helps stereotypes.
But what if you are promiscuous? If people are having sex in the streets at Pride, then they are promiscuous. Why are you making up one person that represents all of the gay?
No. I think the rainbow is God's covenant never to flood the earth again, and I think it's been usurped by the rainbow flag mob, by the LGBTQ mob.
That fucking take just flashbanged me, dude. Oh my fucking God. I'm not feeling good after that. That's not what rainbows are, though. It's just light and moisture and in the air. And
so do not associate me with anything to do with the rainbow flag. Do not associate me with the LGBTQ. It's a political movement.
The LGBTQ movement is a political movement. I agree. The only reason it's a political movement is because it was made political by conservatives for almost the entirety of America's existence, including today, like what you're doing right now, literally right now. And I've heard a lot of queer people on the internet say, my existence is not political. And I wish that were true. I wish my existence as a bi man was not political. I wish my friend's existence as queer trans people was not political, but it is. And that's the reality that we live in. We should not run from the fact that politics is inherent to civil rights, because conservatives and reactionaries are always going to act in the opposite direction of progress. And there's always going to have to be people to fight for the behalf of the marginalized if progress is to ever really be made. That is political.
It's a political movement. It has nothing to do with rights. You want to talk about rights? Let's talk about the Middle East.
I really should have let him finish. It's a political movement and it has nothing to do with rights. Christian, Stonewall was in 1969. Let's talk about the Middle East, Christian. Let's talk about how Palestine is an occupied territory, how Gaza is an open-air prison, how Israel is an apartheid state. We can talk about these things, if you really want to.
Do not come for me and people will say, oh, so you don't support my right to march? I support your right to march in a pride parade. Do you support my right to call you stupid? You probably don't, but I support your right.
You have equal rights as of 6 years ago, but even still, a lot of federally funded adoption agencies are still allowed to discriminate against same-sex parents and give priority to hetero couples. They can also completely deny trans parents from adopting, by the way. Christian Walker has the two superpowers of being a conservative commentator. He's black and he's gay. But especially when it comes to pride, he always just narrowly avoids whether or not he's actually gay. And because conservatives are the best at playing identity politics, best in the game, Christian basically gets free reign to say whatever he wants about POC and queer communities. And that, I think, is the most disgusting part about what he does, is that he pretends like he's an insider into these groups that he has really had no contact with and scrutinizes like some sort of scolding nun. How dare you play into gay stereotypes as if it makes him look bad somehow? All in all, Christian Walker is a horrible person that's clearly only in it for the money. I don't know what hope there was for Christian from the beginning. Living such a privileged life and seeing how much money that conservatism could make him, I think he was kind of doomed from the jump. Part of me feels bad, but the other part of me remembers that he's probably surrounded by people who secretly resent him and ultimately have no love for who he really is because he probably doesn't even know himself. Happy holidays, thank you so much for watching my video. Click like if you had a good time and subscribe for more videos just like this every week. Shout out to my amazing patrons on Patreon. Cured Meat, Grant Schwabacker, Emmy Like the Award, Captain AML, Pancake Batter, Hatun Alamari, Iki, Lori Pilt, Comrade Sadboy, Joel Caven, Grayson Nordenson, Nick Vangelatos, Nebulosity, Lurtz, Buttonstuck, Rodney Case, Binary Fate, Natalie Falls, Charlie Poo, Jan Ramsey, SK, Kurzistov S, Catherine S. Bell, Anya Kaiser, L. Autumn, Bubble Tea, Brennan, Zitrilby, Graham, Janet Holmes, Liz Johnson, Spengler, Fizzlefer, Len, Ro Ramden, and Brina Rice. Thank you all so much for supporting me. You guys are epic and cool, and I'll see you next time. If you made it this far into the video, you are epic and cool, and you get first pick of whichever comment you want to click like on in the comments. So, bye!